I love to paint. And from this love, my appreciation of perspective was introduced. However, perspective does not only apply to painting, but also to our real everyday life, which I'm only now realizing in its entirety. In painting, I focus on a small patch of details, which leads me to worry that I'll make one bad stroke or smudge, which will ruin the entire painting. Similarly, my perspective can be narrow, myopic, and self-critical. When viewing myself, the pressure to appear perfect and appeal to everyone, from my thoughts, actions, and especially my relationships with others, completely consumes me. I would constantly worry about how I appear in the minds of others, how they thought of me, and even to the extent of going out of my way to present myself in a more perfect light, just to satisfy the image of myself in the minds of others. This strenuous tendency was not only exhausting, but extremely anxiety-inducing. By presenting myself in a perfect manner, I began to acknowledge all of my faults in comparison, which only encouraged me to maintain the facade. However, I've grown to learn that this mindset does not control my life. By adjusting my perspective, I've accepted there are so many things bigger than myself. To do so, one must take a step back from normalcy to appreciate the everyday details and intricacies of life. To broaden one's perspective means to take in the positive and the negative. If you ever find yourself digging deeper or narrowing in on those weaknesses, remind yourself to take things one at a time. Once you accept that you are not only your faults and weaknesses, you can begin to appreciate the people around you as real, whole people and not just fragments or cardboard cutouts. Similar to only observing people or paintings up close, the messy colors and the out-of-place strokes of paint, perspective that is too narrow, ruins the whole picture. Once you step back, you realize that these strokes create a bigger and better picture that can only be appreciated from afar, like how perspective must be accounted for at many different angles. I would like to thank a couple of people who have impacted and broadened all aspects of my life. From the senior class, I would like to thank Anne-Marie for always finding joy or humor in anything she does. You continue to brighten the lives of everyone around you. Sophie, for inspiring me to give my all academically and setting an example of that hard work pays off. Natalie, for breaking me out of my shell and showing me that new experience and people are worth exploring. And Max, for continually proving that there is a bright side to every situation. You inspire me to search for the positives in everything I do. Thank you to all my teachers, but especially Ms. Aschauer, Dr. Olnick, Dr. Hayes, and Mrs. Perez, for the extra assistance and support you give me in my everyday life. And lastly, I would like to thank my parents for their never-ending support and love. Through their dedication and effort, I have been presented with unimaginable amounts of opportunities that I will forever be grateful for. In the end, perspective has transformed my life and interpretation of myself. If there is one thing I would hope to accomplish my senior year, it would be to help at least one person recognize that they are enough in who they are and don't need to change themselves for others. Thank you.